course, I lived on the ghetto side of Denver, the west side. I couldn't walk home because my parents were afraid that something was going to happen. I had to go into the Boys and Girls Club and wait till either my father or my mother came and picked me up. We had a decent yard and stuff in the front. There was no backyard because the house was all the way back up to the alley. We lived literally on the other side of the train tracks. But this guy was trying to break into it, and my mom caught him and he ran down the alley, and I can remember my dad jumping down that alley chasing after the guy. And they showed me who I am. My culture, I think, has the most importance to do with who I am. Is I take so much pride in being Hispanic and Italian and Native American. I mean, for God's sakes, cultures are so different that I have to learn to combine them, and I have to make each of them proud, for lack of a better way to explain it. But I mean, I take so much pride in who I am. Like, me, who I am, and the way I am, and the way I act has a lot to do with the fact that I grew up in the ghetto and the way people talk, and I don't have proper English all the time, or I only know certain words in Spanish. Yeah, that has a lot to do with it, but it's more my culture than anything. Like, that's who I am. If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you who I am because I know who I am. So I have an 8-year-old sister named Raya. I have a 6-year-old little brother named Jacob and a 3-year-old little sister named Jordan. You know, my mother and father did everything for me, and at the time, having such younger siblings, that was my way of contributing because they didn't want me to work. They wanted me to focus at school. But being how we are and being taught, you have to work hard and you have to prove yourself. In my sense, that was my way, is being my mother's right hand and helping her do everything she needed me to. And yeah, don't get me wrong, there are times, especially as a teenager, where you think about it and you're like, well, why? You know, or I couldn't go out because they needed me to babysit or this and that. And, you know, even to this day, I go home and they're like, can you help me watch the kids for a couple hours while we go do this? Of course, I'm not going to tell them no. I wouldn't even think of it because they did everything that they could possibly do for me, and that's how I am with my siblings. My siblings are my world, and that is why I'm here doing what I'm doing. As society breeds us and teaches us these hatred things about each other, you gotta fight and figure out what you want to value, because there definitely are those people that I could walk around and because I have ink and it's on my chest and it's visible and I'm in a gang, regardless of them even knowing me or reading it. We're bred to judge each other, and we're bred to be if you're white or not, and that's something that I've tried to overcome and figure out, because that's not how I want people to see me, is by my tattoos. Yes, I have them and they're gorgeous, but they're not for you. They're for me. And for somebody to judge me based off of that because of the way I look, it sucks. And it happens a whole lot more with people of color or culture that's different. My dad should be the one to speak Spanish. His dad is from Durango, Mexico. Like, that's where he's from. I've been there. I've met my family, and my grandfather did my dad the worst disservice he could have. It's really funny when we go to places and they try to talk to my dad in Spanish, and my mom's the one that replies, and she's light-skinned and fair and looks real güerita. You know, it's really funny. It's just overcoming those obstacles that get thrown in my face and pushes me to be that much more than who I am now. And I mean, having the support of my best friend and having the support of my family means everything. And, you know, I started from very little. You know, I'm here now, gonna graduate college with, you know, a degree in business marketing and a minor in graphic design. I couldn't have asked for anything more. And I know that I have to keep pushing through and continuing doing what I'm doing to make everything possible for me and my family. Because that's what it boils down to, is I am my family.
Me llevo tus abrigos para cuando hay frío, tu jardín para que no